Greetings, YouTube. I've received a request from someone to talk about some negative points of view expressed by some components of the atheist community here on YouTube. Now, I have encountered atheists that simply say, I don't believe in anything, and they leave it at that and they walk away. It's fine. I don't agree with that position, but it's fine. And then I have encountered people that I have often referred to as militantly atheist, or I suppose I should more accurately call them anti-theists, because they just don't hold a position that there are no gods that they believe in. They hold the position that there are no gods and that you don't believe in them, and that if you say you do, you are either delusional or crazy or both. And that's a really negative position to take. And it is contentious, and all it does is create arguments, fights, and doesn't really get us anywhere as people. I've been told repeatedly on my own channel that in a very profoundly condescending way that, oh, isn't it nice, look at the silly theist, he's just delusional, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, yes, I do know what I'm talking about. You may hold a different position than I am, and we may differ about which one of us is correct, or more correct, or less correct, or closer to the truth, or farther from the truth. But I'm not going to pick on you for your position, even if I don't agree with it. Even if you ask me, I'll tell you that, but I'm not going to pick on you for it. I'm not going to say that you're a fool. I'm not going to say that that you are insane. I'm going to tell you I don't agree with it. I'm going to tell you that I at one time was an atheist. I came to realize the position was untenable, and I became a theist. I'll tell you that, and you can listen, and you can tell me you don't agree. Cool, you don't agree. But it doesn't mean you have to attack me. It doesn't mean that you have to tell me in a very, very condescending way that I'm a fool. And it's very frustrating when I encounter that. So I will make an effort in the future to make a distinction between the members of the YouTube community that are atheists and the members of the YouTube community that are anti-theists. Though I don't know if I should even call them as members of the YouTube community, because they're not about community. They're about breaking the community. They're about increasing strife and conflict, not eliminating it. That doesn't seem very community-minded to me at all. In fact, it seems quite the opposite of that. It seems to be people that want to drive the community apart. And that isn't helpful. And that isn't building, that is destroying. Easier to do. Destruction is always much easier than construction. Being creative and positive and building something that will further and advance us as people is always more difficult than tearing them down and destroying them. It always has been, always will be, but it does not mean that we shouldn't try. So I will make an effort in the future to make that distinction, and I would really appreciate if the anti-theists just don't comment. If you're not going to bring something constructive to the table, I don't understand why you're here. I mean, if you're just going to, be haters and trolls and smear strife and discord wherever you go, I guess I can't stop you. If you're offensive, if you're threatening, I can remove the comments or block you. But if you're just going to spew chaos, I suppose you should be able to do that, I guess. And people can decide for themselves if they want to associate with you. Maybe other anti-theists enjoy that kind of thing. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a big anti-theist club out there that I'm unaware of. Maybe there's an anti-theist community out there, though I wouldn't want to go to their breakfast club dinners, meals. That just wouldn't be my thing. But I don't want to be part of it. And I'm sure that the person that asked me the question about this doesn't want to be part of it either. If you want to tell the world that, all the theists out there are fools and crazy, then I can't stop you. I'm going to make a point to not call atheists fools and crazy, even though I disagree with them. And I have no problem with someone that says they don't believe in gods. Again, I may think they're wrong, but I'm not going to berate them for it. I will tell them that they can change that position if they want, because I did. And I don't think that sounds like I'm preaching, because I'm not. I can just tell them my own personal experience. I'm not witnessing to them. I'm not telling them they must save themselves. But I think I have a gentler hand than a lot of the anti-theists I have encountered in the past. There are people here who will probably disagree with me. I'm human. I am not always on my A game. And I admit that there have been times when emotional thinking has overwhelmed more constructive cognitive thought. But I'd like to think that I am not anti-atheist, and that I am just endorsing a position I consider to be closer to the truth. So I hope that this is helpful to the person that made the request. I don't know if it is. He made the request twice, so it seems to be important, so I decided I should address it fairly immediately. Anti-theists, just, I wouldn't engage with them. I wouldn't talk to them if I could avoid it. I would probably make an offer once to see if they would like to have a reasonable discussion, and if that response is, very negative, then I'll just walk away. And again, if they become abusive or threatening, they'll just go away. And I guess I endorse the concept that we all should do that. Ignore them, because they don't have an audience. Maybe eventually they'll just grow quiet.